We investigated 11 toilet paper brands. Only 2 are actually safe for your septic system. The rest are clogging pipes, backing up sewage, and sending families to the emergency plumber with bills that reach thousands of dollars. But buy the wrong brand, and what you're really flushing is a ticking time bomb of undissolved fiber, chemical residue, and thick wads of material that sit in your tank like concrete, expanding and pushing contaminated water back toward your home. If this has been your go-to brand for 10 or 20 years, every roll you've flushed is still compounding the damage. Today, we're breaking down 11 brands that fail where it matters most, plus the 2 that actually dissolve the way toilet paper should. By the end, you'll know exactly which rolls to pull off your shelf tonight. Coming in at number 11, Up & Up. Target's budget-friendly brand. Soft, affordable, stacked in those big value packs that make you feel like you're being smart with your money. The packaging is clean, the price is right, and it sits next to brands twice its cost on the shelf. Feels like a win. It isn't. Septic tank professionals have flagged softer multi-layer store brands like Up & Up as quiet contributors to faster tank accumulation. That extra softness comes from layering. More layers mean more material. More material means slower breakdown. Slower breakdown means sludge. Pull a sheet off the roll. Feel how thick it is between your fingers. That pillowy texture, that's multiple plies bonded together with adhesives designed to hold under pressure. Now imagine that same sheet sitting in a pool of water inside your septic tank. It doesn't fall apart. It floats. It clumps. It joins the mass of undissolved paper building up month after month. Your septic system was designed to process waste that breaks down quickly. Every roll of thick, layered paper you flush adds to a growing pile that your system cannot handle on its own. That's when the backups start. That's when contaminated water pushes through floor drains and toilet seals. For anyone on a fixed income already managing home maintenance costs, or families juggling medication expenses alongside mortgage payments, a $3,000 emergency septic pump-out isn't just inconvenient, it's devastating. And the bacterial exposure from a sewage backup can send someone with a weakened immune system straight to urgent care. Target sells convenience. Your septic tank pays the price. Budget brand. Premium damage. Think paying more protects you? Not even close. At number 10, we have Presto, Amazon's private label toilet paper. Delivered to your door in a box with a smile. Convenient, affordable. Subscribe and save, and never think about toilet paper again. That's the pitch. But customer reviews and plumber discussions tell a different story. Inconsistent dissolvability between batches. Excess lint clogging pipes. Rolls that feel fine in your hand but refuse to break down once they hit water. Here's the problem with private label brands. They don't manufacture their own product. They contract it out to the lowest bidder, and that bidder can change from batch to batch. One month you get a roll that dissolves reasonably well. The next month, same packaging, same branding, completely different paper from a completely different factory. You have no way of knowing which version you're flushing. Run a simple test at home. Drop a few sheets of Presto into a glass of water. Swirl it gently. Wait 5 minutes. If the paper is still holding its shape, still intact, still recognizable as a sheet, your septic system is struggling with every flush. The lint issue compounds everything. Those tiny fibers don't dissolve. They drift through your pipes and settle in joints, bends, and connections. Over time, they form a paste. That paste hardens. And now you've got a blockage that a plunger won't fix. For anyone managing diabetes or circulation issues who relies on a clean, functional bathroom every single day, or households where multiple people depend on medications that require careful hygiene routines, a plumbing failure isn't a minor inconvenience. It's a health hazard hiding behind a subscription box. Amazon delivers convenience. They don't deliver accountability. Same box, different paper. No guarantees. See the pattern? Budget brands cut corners. Private labels shift suppliers. So where does that leave the warehouse clubs? Let's find out. Number 9, Members Mark, Sam's Club's house brand. Bulk packs stacked on pallets. 45 rolls shrink-wrapped together. The whole philosophy is more for less. Buy in bulk, save money, never run out. But septic users across the country are running into the same problem. Online forums are packed with complaints about residue buildup, excessive thickness causing tank strain, rolls that look like a deal until the plumber shows up. Members Mark is built for one thing, feeling premium at a discount price. Soft, thick, quilted. Everything your hands want, everything your septic system hates. That quilted texture isn't decorative, it's structural. The quilting pattern compresses fibers together, creating pockets of material that resist water penetration. Your septic tank relies on water to break paper down. When the paper repels water by design, it just sits there. Weeks, months, building a layer of compressed sludge that your tank's bacteria cannot process. Tear a sheet slowly, listen to it. That resistance, that tearing sound, that's strength. Strength is the enemy of disintegration. Every quality that makes toilet paper feel good in your hand makes it dangerous in your pipes. The bulk pricing makes it worse. When you buy 45 rolls at once, you commit to months of flushing the same problematic product before you even realize there's an issue. By the time the backup happens, you've already sent hundreds of sheets into a system that couldn't handle the first one. For anyone living on a fixed income who bought bulk to save money, or families where someone relies on daily medication that requires consistent bathroom access, the savings evaporate the moment your septic system fails. 45 rolls, one clogged tank. The bulk deal just cost you thousands. If warehouse brands can't get it right, surely the big grocery store brand is safer, right? Wrong. Number 8. Great value. Walmart's flagship store brand, the most affordable toilet paper in America. Found in more households than almost any other brand on this list. Price is the promise. Performance is the problem. Some septic professionals report inconsistent breakdown quality between batches, just like Presto. But great value adds another layer of risk. Thicker versions of the same product, same packaging, same shelf, wildly different septic performance. You can't tell from the outside which version you're buying. The 2-ply soft might dissolve. The ultra soft might not. Same brand name, same green packaging, different paper entirely. That inconsistency is the silent killer. Your septic system doesn't reset between rolls. Every sheet you flush joins the ones before it. If 3 out of 4 rolls break down fine but the 4th doesn't, that 4th roll starts a blockage that compounds with every flush after it. One bad batch undoes months of normal use. Drop a sheet of great value ultra soft into a bowl of water. Watch it. Time it. If it's still intact after 2 minutes, multiply that by every flush, every day, every person in your household. That's the volume of undissolved paper entering your tank. For people over 50 already managing high medical expenses, or anyone taking multiple prescriptions that require strict hygiene routines, the last thing you need is a toilet backing up contaminated water into your bathroom at 2 in the morning. Walmart sells a price point, not a promise. The cheapest toilet paper in America. The most expensive plumbing call waiting to happen. You just saw what the budget brands are hiding. So surely spending more gets you something better? Number 7. Brawny. Wait, Brawny makes toilet paper? Most people know Brawny for paper towels. The lumberjack on the package. Strength, durability, the idea that this paper can handle anything. That's the exact problem. Brawny's entire brand identity is built on not falling apart. Durability is their selling point across every product they make. But durability and flushability are opposites. A product designed to hold together under pressure is a product designed to clog your septic system. Plumbers have warned consumers for years not to confuse strength with flushability. The fibers in durability-focused paper products are longer, more tightly bonded, and treated to resist moisture. They're engineered to survive exactly the conditions your septic tank creates. Wet, warm, bacteria-rich environments where paper is supposed to dissolve. Brawny paper doesn't dissolve. It endures. Grab a sheet. Try to tear it with wet fingers. Feel that resistance. Now imagine that same resistance inside your pipes, inside your tank, inside the pump that moves waste through your system. That moisture resistance creates another problem nobody talks about: mold. When paper products don't break down and plumbing backs up even partially, moisture accumulates in walls, under floors, and around pipe joints. That moisture breeds mold, black mold, green mold, the kind that spreads behind drywall where you can't see it. For anyone with respiratory conditions who already struggles with air quality, or families with members managing asthma alongside other chronic conditions, mold growth from a slow plumbing leak is an invisible health crisis. You won't smell it at first. You won't see it, but your lungs will feel it. Strong paper, weak pipes, dangerous air. At least the brands that actually claim to be septic safe are telling the truth, right? Let's test that. Number 6. Angel Soft. The angel on the package. Soft and strong at an ideal price. That's their tagline. They promise balance, comfort, and affordability wrapped in gentle branding. The word safe doesn't appear on the package, but the implication is everywhere. Soft, gentle, angel, these are trust words. Words that make you feel like this product is caring for your home. Septic technicians often report that multiply Angel Soft products remain intact longer in tanks compared to thinner single-ply alternatives. That extra ply is the problem. 2 sheets bonded together create a barrier that water struggles to penetrate. The outer layer may begin to soften, but the inner layer stays compressed, protected, intact, like a tiny sandbag sitting in your system. Run the glass test. Drop 3 sheets of Angel Soft into water. Wait, stir gently. After 5 minutes, reach in and pull the paper out. If you can still lift it in one piece, it's not dissolving in your septic tank either. Your fingers just proved what the branding won't tell you. The real betrayal is the price positioning. Angel Soft costs less than Charmin but more than store brands. It sits in that comfortable middle ground where consumers feel responsible. Not extravagant, not cheap, just right. Except it isn't right. It's a mid-price product with budget brand breakdown performance and premium brand clogging potential. For families where someone manages arthritis alongside daily medications, or anyone with limited mobility who cannot safely deal with a bathroom emergency, a sewage backup isn't just disgusting. It creates genuine fall risks on wet, contaminated floors. Gentle branding, stubborn paper. Angel Soft isn't soft on your septic system. It's sitting in your tank right now, pretending to dissolve. If you're still trusting the brand names, wait until you hear this. Number 5. Kirkland Signature. Costco's powerhouse. The brand that loyal shoppers swear by. Kirkland Signature toilet paper is one of the most popular bulk purchases in America. Members drive 20 minutes to the warehouse, load their carts with 30-roll packs, and feel brilliant about the savings. Consumer septic tests and plumber reviews tell a different story. Poor disintegration, excessive residue in pipes, a product engineered for shelf appeal and hand feel, not for what happens after the flush. If this helps you stay safer at the store, hit subscribe. It's free, and it means you'll never miss these investigations. Kirkland's thickness is the issue. It's plush, luxurious even. Every sheet feels like you're getting your money's worth. But that luxury is built on dense fiber compression. Compressed fibers don't separate in water. They hold, they mat together. They form clusters that drift through your pipes and accumulate at every turn and joint. Your septic tank's bacterial ecosystem needs thin, loose fibers it can digest quickly. Kirkland gives it compressed, quilted sheets that sit on the surface of the waste like a floating raft. For anyone living on a fixed income who chose Costco specifically to stretch their budget, or people managing hypertension alongside household stress, the financial hit from a failed septic system can trigger exactly the kind of health spiral you were trying to avoid. You saved $8 on toilet paper. You spent $3,000 on the plumber. Costco built a brand on value. Your septic tank disagrees. Drop a comment if Kirkland is sitting in your bathroom right now. Let's see how many of us have been flushing this. This next brand has a loyal fan base that swears by it. What the plumbing reports show is a different story. Number 4. Scott Comfort Plus. This one stings. Because if you bought Scott Comfort Plus, you probably did it for the right reasons. Scott is synonymous with septic safe. The original Scott 1000 has been recommended by plumbers for decades. So when Scott released Comfort Plus with septic safe right on the label, you trusted it. You were supposed to. That's the play. But Comfort Plus is not Scott 1000. Consumer reviews and plumbing demonstrations have shown that Comfort Plus versions dissolve far slower than classic Scott rolls despite carrying the septic safe branding. They took the most trusted name in septic safe toilet paper and stuck it on a product that doesn't perform like its reputation promises. Feel the difference yourself. Hold a sheet of Scott 1000 in one hand and Comfort Plus in the other. One is thin, almost transparent, clearly engineered to fall apart fast. The other is thick, cushioned, quilted. They don't even feel like the same brand. They're not. They're two completely different products sharing a name because that name sells. Drop both into glasses of water. The 1000 disintegrates in seconds. The Comfort Plus sits there like a wet napkin. Same brand, same label, completely different results. Septic safe. Two words that cost families thousands. For people managing kidney disease who depend on rigorous bathroom hygiene, or households where someone with arthritis can't handle emergency cleanup, a backup caused by false branding is more than a plumbing problem. It's a health crisis disguised as a safe choice. Scott built the trust. Comfort Plus exploits it. The name stayed the same. The paper didn't. The FDA polices misleading labels on food. The FTC has gone after false claims in advertising. But nobody is regulating what septic safe actually means on toilet paper packaging. Number 3. Quilted Northern. The name tells you everything you need to know. Quilted. It's right there in the brand name, and it's exactly the problem. Quilted Northern promotes luxurious softness and thick cushioning. They want you to feel pampered. They want every bathroom visit to feel like a premium experience. Your septic system doesn't care about luxury. It cares about dissolution. Septic System Service reports frequently identify heavily quilted toilet papers like Quilted Northern as slow-dissolving products that contribute to tank accumulation and pipe blockage. That quilting isn't just surface texture. It's a manufacturing process that compresses fibers into raised diamond patterns, creating air pockets between layers. Those air pockets trap the paper's structure. They prevent water from saturating the sheet evenly. Parts dissolve, parts don't. The result is a half-broken sheet that's too large to flow and too intact to digest. Tear open a fresh roll. Look at the pattern closely. Run your thumb across those raised diamonds. Every one of those pockets is a tiny fortress holding the fibers together. Beautiful engineering for comfort, terrible engineering for plumbing. And they charge premium prices for it. You're paying more per roll for a product that actively damages your home's most critical waste system. For older adults already managing high medical expenses, or families where someone deals with respiratory issues in a household where mold from a slow leak could go undetected for months, the sewage repair bill is just the beginning. The real cost is what happens to your health when contaminated water meets your bathroom floor. Luxury softness. Luxury repair bills. Quilted. Northern quilted your pipes shut. That was bad. But the next brand on this list makes Quilted Northern look almost honest. Number 2. Cottonelle. The clean you can feel. That's the promise. Clean, confident, premium. Cottonelle has positioned itself as the sophisticated choice for modern bathrooms. Clean care, gentle plus, ultra comfort. Product names that sound like skincare, not toilet paper. But in 2020, certain Cottonelle flushable wipes were recalled due to possible contamination with Pluralibacter gergovii, a bacterium that can cause infections, particularly in people with compromised immune systems. A bathroom product, contaminated with bacteria. The thing you used to get clean was making you dirty. That recall affected specific lots, but the damage to trust should have been permanent. A brand built on cleanliness sold a contaminated product to the people who trusted it most. And it's not just the wipes. Septic experts have also criticized some Cottonelle toilet paper products for poor breakdown performance. The same thickness and softness that makes it feel premium creates the same dissolution problems as every other brand on this list. The promise of clean, the reality of contamination and clogging. Cottonelle wants it both ways. Premium softness and septic performance. Clean feeling and actual cleanliness. But you can't engineer a thick, cushioned sheet that also dissolves instantly. Physics doesn't care about marketing budgets. For anyone managing diabetes who faces elevated infection risks from bacterial exposure, or people with weakened immunity who depend on genuinely sanitary bathroom products, that 2020 recall wasn't a one-time manufacturing glitch. It was a warning sign from a brand that prioritizes image over safety. The premium price didn't buy premium protection. It bought premium packaging around the same risks you'd find anywhere else. Clean, you can feel. Contamination you couldn't see. Check your bathroom. Seriously. Because the number 1 spot belongs to a brand that's in almost every American household. Number 1, Charmin. The biggest name in toilet paper. The bears on the commercials. The brand that taught America to squeeze the charm in. Decades of advertising. Billions in revenue. Total domination of the toilet paper aisle. And independent septic professionals and plumber reports repeatedly rank thicker Charmin varieties among the worst for dissolving quickly in septic systems. The worst. Not middle of the pack. Not sometimes problematic. The worst. Charmin is engineered for one thing. Comfort. Ultra soft, ultra thick, ultra cushioned. Every fiber is designed to hold together, to feel substantial, to give you that premium bathroom experience. None of that engineering considered your septic tank. Grab a sheet of Charmin Ultra Soft. Feel it. It's almost cloth-like. That's not paper. That's a textile marketed as a disposable product. Drop it in water. Watch it float. Watch it resist. Watch it sit there, fully intact, while your septic system begs for something it can actually process. Contributing to clogs and sludge buildup. That's the professional assessment. Not might contribute, not occasionally. Contributing, present tense, active, ongoing. Right now in your tank, if you've been buying Charmin. For anyone over 50 dealing with mobility limitations who can't handle emergency plumbing situations, or families managing blood pressure alongside household stress, a major septic failure caused by the most popular toilet paper in America is a crisis nobody warns you about. Billions in advertising, zero consideration for what happens after the flush. Charmin told you to enjoy the go. They never mentioned where it doesn't go. Your tank, your pipes, your problem. 11 brands exposed. From budget store brands hiding behind low prices to premium names hiding behind luxury promises. From recalled wipes to misleading labels to quilted sheets that treat your septic system like a storage unit. But don't give up on toilet paper entirely. 2 brands prove it's still possible to flush without fear. Go check your bathroom right now. If you see any of these 11 brands, your next shopping trip needs a different choice. The next brand won't just dissolve in your septic tank. It was built for it. Scott 1000. Thin, single-ply, and specifically engineered to break down rapidly in septic systems. This is the toilet paper plumbers actually recommend. Not because it's glamorous, not because it feels luxurious, because it works. Pull a sheet off the roll. Yes, it's thin, noticeably thinner than everything else on this list. That's the point. Every fiber is loosely bonded, designed to separate the moment water touches it. Drop a sheet into a glass of water and swirl it once. Within 30 seconds, it starts falling apart. Within a minute, it's nearly gone. That's what your septic system needs. Paper that arrives and disappears. Independent demonstrations consistently show fast dissolving performance. Not Charman's definition of fast, not marketing department fast. Actually fast. Measurably, demonstrably, independently verified fast. The trade-off is obvious. It doesn't feel like Charman. It doesn't feel like Cottonelle. It feels like what toilet paper felt like before the industry decided to turn bathroom tissue into a luxury product. But here's what it also doesn't feel like. A $3,000 plumbing bill. A sewage backup at 2 in the morning. Contaminated water on your bathroom floor. Mold growing behind your walls. Scott 1000 costs less per roll than almost every brand we just exposed. You save money at the store, and you save money on plumbing. For anyone managing a household budget alongside medical expenses, or families who've already dealt with one expensive septic repair, this is the paper that lets you flush and forget. No drama, no clogs, no surprises, just toilet paper that does what toilet paper is supposed to do. What's the worst toilet paper experience you've ever had? Drop it in the comments below. If Scott 1000 is the practical choice, 7th generation is the conscious one. Recycled fiber, minimal chemical processing, and septic-safe performance built into every roll. This isn't a brand that added septic-safe to the label as an afterthought. It's a brand that started with the question of what toilet paper should actually be. No dyes, no fragrances, no chlorine bleaching. Most toilet paper is whitened with chlorine compounds that leave chemical residues in the paper. Those residues dissolve into your septic tank with every flush, disrupting the bacterial balance your system depends on to break waste down. 7th generation skips that entirely. The paper looks slightly different. It's not bright white. It has a natural, unbleached tone that tells you nothing artificial was added. That's what clean actually looks like. The company publishes ingredient transparency information, something almost no other toilet paper brand does. They tell you what's in it and what's not. Their products carry FSC certification for responsible sourcing and safer processing standards. Terra Sheet. It separates easily, not flimsy, but clearly designed to come apart in water without resistance. The fibers are shorter, recycled, and loosely structured. They dissolve predictably because they were never engineered to hold together in the first place. For anyone with chemical sensitivities who already watches every product that enters their home, or people managing chronic conditions who can't afford the additional stress of plumbing failures and bacterial exposure, 7th generation removes problems instead of creating them. It costs roughly the same as the mid-range brands we just exposed. The difference is what you're not paying for. No luxury marketing, no quilted engineering, no hidden clogging risk. Just paper that dissolves, a system that works, and one less thing to worry about. Your next roll should protect your home, not threaten it. Subscribe now, and if you're watching on TV, tap your remote so you never get blindsided again.